Push Week is back on Akumu. Normal is first up in our queue. We have the Bond team with the Angels. This is going to maximize the amount of HP that we can get. This should be the highest scoring team for normal. So, turn 1, we're going to drop all of the attacks aside from Bond, obviously, and we are going to spam some buffs. Now, Margaret's passive is going to increase our stats up to 5 times per buff that we use. So we want to make sure that we use these buffs last on each turn so that our stat increase isn't going to deal, or the stat increase isn't going to be in effect, and so we don't deal too much extra damage. We don't want to risk any of the hands dying. So on turn 2, we don't want any natural Bond merges, so we did get some Bond cards, that's good. We don't want his gray buffs to start proccing yet, since they only last 3 turns. We do want those on turn 3, and then we can finish on turn 5. So, we didn't get any extra buffs aside from that, so we're going to drop all the attacks and not let these Bond cards move. Probably should have moved the cards instead of locking the skills, since it didn't look like I got any points for locking, so make sure you do move instead. And it looks like we got a Liz Hawk buff, and then if we count Bond buff, that is 4 total. So we do need to get 1 more either this turn or the following turn. And that single target attack is also what needs to be on Liz when we ult, since that is going to apply, I believe it is 4 debuffs, and thanks to her passive, that is going to increase all of our allies' stats by, or HP stats by 48%, I believe. 12% per debuff. So she needs to be sealed away. Looks like we got a charge card merge, and we got our last set of Bond buffs and a Margaret buff. So this is going to help us get 5 on Margaret. And the only thing we need now is for Akumu to not ult Bond, since his ult does have dissolve. And then we need him to either rank 2 seal this turn, or either rank 1 or rank 2 seal the following turn. So the charge cards are 10 points apiece, so we'll go ahead and drop those. And then we will get this 4th buff down and move for ult on Bond. And we will see if Akumu is nice enough to single target seal Liz. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but we do want to manipulate her gear as I showed in the beginning, so that her defenses are low enough to not patience that single target attack. That's why I do not have the defense stat boost from defense pieces. I have a missing piece, I think. It was the earrings are gone. Took those off. Make sure you take all the weapons off as well, so that nobody deals way too much damage. Margaret passive does boost us a lot. So we are on turn 5. This is buff 4 and 5 in hand, or we did 4 already last turn. We'll drop 2 extra Bond buffs just in case. We'll make sure. I don't think I checked the buffs, but if you count them, I think we're at like 6 now. So gold buff down. We have all 5 stacks of his passive. Liz is sealed. Looks like we are ulting for 624k, and that is going to pull in a nice 3.8k. So that is Akumu normal. If you guys liked it, drop a thumbie, maybe a sub if you're into that, and see you in the next one.